Hi, welcome to Psychology 235. I'm your instructor, Holly Chandler Tracy, and this is my teaching assistant, Angus. All right, let's get started. First thing I want to do with you today is to talk about the class page on D2L. So let's do a quick summary of what you'll find. Across the top of the page, there are a number of tabs. The first tab is the Course Home tab, and that's the tab that opens automatically when you enter the course. Next, you'll find the Content tab. The Content tab is the most important tab for this class, and here you're going to find all the important course information. So under Content, first thing you'll see is Syllabus. The syllabus will contain the schedule for the homework assignments and the class expectations, which will detail how you'll be assessed and how you'll be graded. One thing that past students have told me is that what works very well so they don't forget any of the required quizzes or critical thinking assignments or discussions is to program those due dates into your smartphone. All right. Next, you'll see study guides, and study guides are what I call test outlines. By now, you've purchased the textbook, and you've noticed that it's about 700 pages, and we're going to cover all of that in this class. And by now, you've also probably noticed that there'll be 2 proctored exams at Front Range testing centers, and that means each one of those exams is going to cover about 350 pages. And I recognize that that's a lot of information to be tested on, so after I have written these exams, I've organized the information in test outlines. So if it's on the test outline, it's going to be on the exam. If it's not on the test outline, it's not on the exam. Next thing you'll find under Content, and this is very important, this is where you'll find the required class quizzes. There'll be 4 required quizzes for this class. You'll also see a Quizzes tab at the top of D2L. But this tab contains optional practice class quizzes, and these quizzes you would not get credit for. Next, one longer term paper that's due at the end of the semester, and the instructions for these are, again, located under written assignments. Next thing you'll find is a link to iTunes U, and right below that will be all of the PowerPoints that correspond with the chapters. I teach this class face-to-face at Front Range as well, and what I've done is recorded each of my lectures. So a great way for you to study and to reinforce the content and to have some of your questions answered is to open up the PowerPoint, then follow the iTunes U link, open up the audio that corresponds with that PowerPoint. Students have told me this is a great way to help them study. Next thing you'll find is the video clips for this class, and each week I'll tell you which of those video clips you need to open. Next tab you'll see across the top of D2L is the Discussion tab. So discussions are very important for online classes. Research has shown that students who succeed and who are satisfied with their online class are students who feel engaged. And the best way to engage is to have these online discussions. So each week I've created a discussion prompt, and the requirement is for you to log in at least 3 times a week, possibly more, and reply with a 200-word reply to the initial post, and then reply to 2 other students' posts. Your first post needs to be made by midnight on Wednesday of each week. All of your final posts need to be completed by Friday midnight. The next tab you'll see across the top of the page is the Dropbox tab, and this is where you will go to submit your written work. So those critical thinking writing prompts that I mentioned a moment ago, those will be turned in through Dropbox as well as your term paper. It's important to notice that the format that Dropbox reads is a Word document format. It does not read the Mac document formats. So, Word document formats end in a .doc or docx extension. If you're working with a Mac, all you need to do is scroll down to File Type and just click Save As .doc or docx. All right, so today on the home page of this class, you'll see a welcome message. And I want to go through that briefly, but first of all, I want to share with you some research that says that students who succeed in online classes spend approximately 6 to 9 hours a week per class. So, a great way for you to set yourself up for success in this class is to carve out 1 to 2 hours a day where you'll sit down, do the reading, do the homework, log into D2L, and dedicate that time to this class. All right, first thing on the welcome message below, you'll see an online self-assessment. So you need to do that this week. This is essentially a self-assessment that will help you determine if you have the technology and the comfort level with working the technology you'll need for this class. Second thing I'd like you to do is introduce yourself to the class. So you're going to do that through the discussion tab and then click on introductions and then follow the introduction prompt. Third thing I'd like you to do is read a letter from a previous student. Last year I had a student who initially struggled in this online class because she had never taken an online class before. And by the end of the semester she had great success. So she was so excited about it, she wrote a letter to future students. And she has some great tips for you. Last thing, biggest thing, is read Chapter 2 in your textbook. Chapter 2 covers grand and emergent theories of human growth and development. After you've read that chapter, complete Quiz 1, again that's located under the Content tab, and also complete Discussion 2, which relates to the content in Chapter 2. All right, again, welcome to Psychology 235. I'm glad you're here, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me either at my Front Range email address or click on the email icon at the top right of this D2L page. We'll see you again soon. Bye.